the Spanish way to hunt is called Monteria,
Okay.
and it's like a community hunt. So the food goes for the community, and then you inside of the hunting area you throw in 200 dogs.
So let's talk about the accommodations. I know you have a variety of choices when it comes to accommodations.
Yes, this is different from other kind of hunts in Africa that we have done together many times,
Sure.
where you go to a lodge, maybe luxurious, maybe not. Here, at the end, you are in the towns.
So
You are in the town. You live in the hotels or the that you select in the
and
area.
so it makes a good couples trip if you wanted to bring your wife,
Yes,
because it is in town and they have things to do.
obviously.
So you have a choice. You can stay at a very nice castle.
We can go even to some castles and some
Um,
luxurious places.
Typically, they're a little further from the hunting areas.
Yes, obviously they are where they are,
Right.
and the ibex are not always next to the castle. So
That's right.
we have basically two options. Mainly, usually, what we do, we try to find the best place we can find close to the hunting area. Our main target is to go close. So in the morning we go out the hotel, and in 20 minutes we are hunting. That's what we prefer. We go to the clean best hotel as close as possible to the hunting area. But we also have other locations where we have luxurious hotel, manor houses, castles that has been transformed to hotels. There are clients that prefer that type of accommodation. We can arrange that, but that means that frequently are longer distance from the hunting area. So every morning we have to drive maybe 1 hour
Sure.
to arrive to the hunting area, and in the afternoon we have to drive another hour to arrive to the hunting area.
So it depends on what your group prefers. If they prefer staying in town, which is very fine, I've done it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed staying in town, seeing the people at the coffee shops, getting ready, having coffee, ready to go for the hunt, and then coming back in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I understand some of the people would like something different. You can do that as well.
Yes, we can organize. Is at the end, this is a tailor hunt for the preferences of the hunter. This is very personal. It's something that we prepare for this hunter specifically. So we prepare according to their preferences, to their wife preferences. We can organize many things during or around the hunt.
So, for example, we're organizing a trip now for a couple, and the wife is a non-hunter. She doesn't mind going. She just is not a hunter herself. So, what we have is a guide, a lady tour guide,
Yes, we have it.
that is going to take care of the husband's wife while he's doing his hunt. He's elected to hunt two different ibex, the Ronda and the southeastern. So we're gonna stay down the south end of Spain,
Andalusia province.
and the wife, has specific things that she wants to do.
She suggested us what she liked. I want to go to see flamenco dancing. I want to go to this museum. I want to see the Cathedral of Sevilla. I want to go to see the Andalusian horses. I want to do a wine tasting. So we organize things that when I'm speaking with a couple, I told them, okay, what do you like to do? Because we have
Because this is
so
your trip, not
it's
my
your
trip.
trip.
Okay, you tell
I
me
can
what you want to do.
organize many things, but I have friends that are owners of breeding. They breed brave bulls, so we can organize going to their farm, see the brave bulls in the country, see how they manage they without touching them, because obviously they are dangerous. They are brave bulls, so that you understand how the brave bull is. Or you can go to see Andalusian horses that you know are the most beautiful horses in the world,
Sure,
for us at least. And you can ride horses or if you like, or we can go to flamenco dancing, wine tasting. You like wine,
I like
Travis?
wine tasting. So
You
this is
are
a
a
big
wine
thing.
guy. You
Oh
are a
yeah, I
wine
love
guy.
wine. So
Wine testing is something
Spain.
that we do frequently. I always do after we kill the ibex, because
Okay,
if we do before, sometimes it's difficult next
okay,
day.
I get it. All right.
I have a couple of places where usually we organize the wine tastings. So in the afternoon, we drink together, we share food, local food with local wines, with experience. They tell you, you know, how these people of the wines likes. Can you smell the cedar? Can you smell the citrus and all
I
the
smell
experience?
nothing. I just eat. I just drink it.
Yes.
So one of the unique things about my first trip to Spain with Jose was his family um, is in the restaurant business. They have some restaurants in Spain. So we go to the restaurant, and there's this thing, this apparatus that's built out of stainless steel, and it's got a hind quarter of a pig on it. And I didn't say anything at first. I walked by it and I was like, okay, this is a little weird, but I didn't know what it was. And so we have a few wines, and I asked Jose, I said, what is this contraption over here? It looks like some kind of torture thing. And he laughed and he said, it's the black-footed pig. I've never heard of a black-footed pig before, but I'm going with this. Like, okay, what's a black-footed pig? Well, it's a pig that only eats a certain kind of acorn.
Acorns.
And
It's
so
fitted with acorns, so the it's a special variety of pig that is a bit smaller than the normal white pig, and we feed them with acorns, so you get a special flavor, and a fat is in between of the muscles.
yep,
In between,
yep.
not over, but in between of the muscles. And when you cut very thin slices, and when you put that in your mouth, the fat melts, and the fat is the flavor. So that delicious flavor comes from
And
that.
so I said, oh, it's prosciutto. No,
Prosciutto?
it's not
No, no, it's
prosciutto.
not prosciutto.
But it looks like prosciutto.
The idea is similar. At the end you take the leg of the pig, you put in salt, you put some pressure for a week or so, and later you take out the excess of salt, you take out the pressure, and you hang it. And you hang it for 12 months.
Wow.
And you do nothing. You just leave it in the air with the salt, and it cures and it dries. And 12 months later, you have a jamon. Jamon is probably the best thing that the Spanish cuisine gives to the world.
And it really is. I'm not a big prosciutto fan. And when you go to Spain with Jose, don't call it prosciutto because it's kind of an insult because it's up here and prosciutto's down here.
Oh, I'm prosciutto is good. Is there is Italian version? Is the same idea, but it's not the
But
same.
that's all we know. We don't know jamon
Jamon.
until we're introduced to jamon. So now back anyway, I got sidetracked. Back to the hunting. So we've got the couple coming, and they're gonna go after two ibex. The lady has several different things that she wants to do. She's got some bucket list items. So we have a lady that's gonna be with her. My wife Sandy is gonna be going as well. So the lady's gonna take care of the girls while we're out hunting and doing our thing. So if that's your thing, if you want to bring your
There is
wife,
some people that the wife wants to join us in the hunt.
sure,
Many women
sure.
just don't hunt, but they come with us. They walk with us in the mountains, because at the end, remember, this is not a tough hunt
No,
physically, but you have to walk. This is a mountain hunt at the end. The ibex doesn't live very high in the mountains, but it's hard terrain, and they usually is driving, glassing. We walk a bit, and you need to walk a bit in the mountains. It's hiking, nothing that it's really difficult to do, but obviously it's mountain hunting.
yeah, I was gonna speak on that a little bit, like the physical condition. You don't have to be in super mountain shape to hunt ibex in Spain.
No, no.
You do need to be able to walk.
In Spain, the difficult animal and you need to be fit is the chamois.
The
The
chamois is a
chamois
different
lives
game.
up there.
That's a different game.
That's a different game. But the ibex is hard terrain, rocky areas, steepy, but it's not so high. And usually they live in areas where the locals cultivate. They have the almond trees, they have the cereal fields, their wheat fields. So there are roads, so we can drive the majority of the time. And here we walk, here we go. In Gredos, we walk more. Gredos is not so many cultivated areas, and there's less roads. But the majority of places we have roads to drive and glass until we select the right animal, and then we walk for them.
Okay. So
You need to walk at least 1 hour.
yeah,
Not terrible. One hour
it's not.
walking
And most of the time, if you do get in a situation where you're walking in Spain, you can walk down the valleys because these ibex will live on the cliffs.
in the
And
cliff.
so a lot of times, depending on which ranch you're hunting and which area, you can get in a valley.
You go in the easy path.
That's right. And the ibex, you can see them up top.
Usually the worst is when you kill them. From the shot to where they die,
That's
those
that's the
300
problem
meters are
because now you know everybody has these fancy rifles and they can shoot 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
Well, that means you got to climb 1,000 yards
the
if you
last
want to get the
1,000 yards
photo.
are gonna be terrible.
Right, because you want to get the photo, right? And
You don't
so
want you want the animal to take the picture.
you
You
want
have to
to you
arrive.
want to limit how far you shoot on how far you can walk. Let's talk about what we can pair with the jamon. What I know that Spain is famous for their wine. Their wine is very good and very cheap compared to what we have in the
Super
United
cheap.
States.
Yes, super
So
cheap.
what kind of food can we pair with this jamon?
If you are in Spain, you are gonna eat everyday jamon and cheese.
Okay.
In the cheese, you tasted when you were there the famous manchego cheese that
Yep.
is made of sheep milk. It's very traditional, but there are many varieties of cheese, and we are very used to eat cheese like a appetizer, a starter. So it's very common. Jamon and cheese and bread. Our bread is very good.
It is fantastic.
and and later the Spanish cuisine is quite open, it's fresh. The Mediterranean cuisine is with olive oil, garlic, a lot of fish, with much more fish that the majority of the United States hunters eat. So I strongly recommend, if you come to Spain, come open-minded with the food, so you can have the whole experience of the Spanish cuisine and the Mediterranean food. It's gonna be other experience that you will have. And so if you come only fixed to meat and potatoes, we can do that, but you are losing something that is very rich, and you will have all the flavors of the Mediterranean cuisine.
When we were there, we just let Jose order everything because he did a fabulous job. We just sat back and ate and drank and had a good time. But as I always tell you guys in the videos is, pulling the trigger is just such a small part of the whole experience. Once you pull the trigger, that's done. But we've got a whole big opportunity here
To have
for
experience.
wine and food and culture and sightseeing. Ronda's probably one of the most beautiful places you'll ever see in your life.
Ronda, for me, is marvelous. It's considered the most beautiful town in Spain. The old part of Ronda, all the white houses, the Tajo, that is a canyon that is in the middle of the town, deep canyon, beautiful place. 100% that we recommend to visit Ronda.
With that said, do you recommend people bringing their rifles, or would you rather them use yours?
I would say majority of people take my guns.
Okay,
I'm very fan of Mauser guns, and I use Mausers. And but it's not difficult to bring your gun. It's simply something you have to do here in the Spanish Council or Embassy. There are like 6 in the Miami, Chicago, Houston, if I remember
I
properly.
believe Houston as well.
And so you have to do your import papers like 3 4 months in advance. You go to your embassy or Spanish council, you tell them, I'm gonna go to Spain, I want to take my gun with me. They will request you documents and hunting licenses. They prepare the papers, and you send the papers to me, and it's done. We go, and when you arrive, we go to the Spanish police and we pick up your guns, and you are free to go and free to use your guns.
What caliber do you think, if I was going to bring one gun, what caliber do you think would be the best caliber to do everything in Spain?
Some medium caliber, I 300, in the range of 7 mag to 300 are calibers that I usually like. There's people that brings 270 short magnums, 6.5s, Creedmoor, but around 7 millimeters in that range of there are several 300s that are suitable for doing that. Is medium calibers with soft bullets because the animal is
Thin
soft,
skin,
is thin skin, so you need something with good expansion.
right?
And
No solids.
no solids, no bonded. In this case, we're some plastic points, bullets with fast expansion
Yep.
that transfer all the energy to the animal fast.
Okay.
It's not tough, really tough, but obviously, like all the animals in the world, if you put in the guts, it's gonna work for 3 days.
Sure.
So we want a medium size bullet. We don't need a very strong bullet, but we need to put in the vitals, in the lungs, in the heart area, in the arteria to go to the neck and it's gonna be done.
And then what do you think the average shot would be per species? Or can we say average shot in Spain?
In our we don't use. It's very difficult to shoot ibex less than 100 yards. Very very difficult because it's mountain hunting. At the end, they see you.
Sure.
So average is between 200 yards to 300 yards. If you are comfortable shooting within a range of 200, 300 yards and you can hit your target in those distances, you are okay for shooting your ibex. When you go to the Asian mountains, they tell you you have to be able to shoot 500 yards to shoot
Correct.
a Marco Polo or an ibex in the mountains of Asia. Here is not that far. It's 200, 300 yards is normal distances.
Yeah, some of the regions of Spain are wooded, more thick with brush, and some of the areas are more open and rocky. So it just depends on what species of ibex that you choose. But still, everything that we've been after, we've gotten within 300 yards, and I mean, those ibex are difficult to judge anyway. And when they get out more than 300 or 400 yards, they're hard for us to judge. So we don't want to make a mistake. If we know that it's a hammer, we're going to say, okay, it's a hammer, it's 600 yards,
Let's go for it.
shoot it. But if we're splitting hairs, we're not going to do
I
that.
will tell you something,
Okay?
Travis. When you see a big one,
You know.
you know, you see, wow, that's a big one. When you are adapting, better don't shoot.
Okay, let's just say that we're in one of our areas and we we have set aside 5 days for this specific animal,
Yeah,
maybe like a great Oss or Bassetti, whatever, and we shoot it on day two.
yeah.
Um, I know we have an opportunity for the driven hunts, meaning maybe mouflon, maybe red deer, maybe
Driven hunts can
the
be,
hog.
but depend how many people we are.
So
Obviously, the problem is we can't organize a driven hunt for tomorrow. If we are three of us, and driven hunts usually you need. If you have a group, it's good to organize a driven hunt.
6 people minimum.
I would say for big game,
Yeah,
6 people
six is good.
because with six rifle we can cover an area that we can make a driven hunt.
It's really kind of cool because what it is it's a driven hunt and they're called pegs. And so you draw for your peg and they'll put you at a spot and it's kind of pot luck what comes by. You
Yes,
may you may see a stag and a mouflon. I may only see a wild hog
or a doe.
or a doe or whatever, but you shoot whatever comes by.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the way it is.
yeah,
And it's a big production with the town.
yeah.
So talk a little bit about the town, how they get involved in this, and how proud they are.
No,
It's like
obviously
a tradition.
the Spanish way to hunt is called Monteria,
Okay.
and it's like a community hunt. So the food goes for the community. So you go, you make, you call a poll. It's like a small lottery in the morning.
Yep.
So you make a lottery to check where you are gonna be seated. Obviously, there are better seats than other seats. The areas where the animals usually run are better, but you have to cover the whole area. So you make you cover the whole area with the rifles, and then you inside of the hunting area you throw in 200 dogs. That's crazy. All the hunting dogs enter there and they start barking and pressing all the
And the people from
bars.
town bring their dogs, and
Yes,
the people from town are the ones that are helping us move these animals out
yes.
of the
The
thick area.
locals bring their dogs. They have packs of dogs. There are locals very
And
special.
very, very eager to help because this is like a
No,
big
for them,
thing.
is their way to hunt. They enjoy a lot, and they are
Sure.
very proud of their dogs. And they press with the dogs. They press the deer or the wild boars, and they run in the different lines. And when they pass next to you, you have to be fast because you have 3 seconds to aim and shoot.
It is chaos, but it's an organized chaos, and it is a lot of fun.
And which is very difficult and isn't really art is where to put the seats in places that you can't shoot to each other.
Right. You
So
don't want to shoot each other.
no, you are here, but the other one is going to be 200 meters there and behind a rock. So it doesn't matter. You're shooting that direction. Or it's in a valley. So it's a really difficult is where to select the areas where are going to sit the people that
Sure.
with safety.
You gotta be
Safety is,
safe for the dogs, for the driven
and
people,
the dogs,
and
they
the other
don't move
shooters.
wherever they want.
Sure.
They move in this direction. They cross this valley. They will come here. They will arrive there. So it's something really interesting. We also organize wing shooting driven hunts.
Yeah, that's something that I'm not super familiar with is the wing shooting in Spain. So I'm gonna let Jose touch on that one.
In Spain, the queen of the wing shooting, and for all the Spaniard hunters, is like something that you have in the herd is the red-ledged partridge. The partridge is brave. She flies fast. I think in the States you call them chakar,
Yes,
chakar. And for us, is if you hear a male singing, is something that you make your soul happy. The driven hunts of red-ledged partridges are super famous in Spain. It's an animal that flies very fast, and hunters from all over the world that are in love with wing shooting come for doing these driven hunts. For driven hunt of partridge, at least we need four shotguns
4 people,
minimum.
4 shotguns. What caliber?
12 usually,
12
18,
gauge.
12 gauge, 18 if you are very good.
Okay,
The people that are very good with the shotguns use lighter calibers. I'm a guy of 12
I'm
going.
a 12 gauge guy
Yes,
myself.
I'm by far better with the rifle than with the shotgun.
Me too.
We are in the same team.
And
And you
so
know that everybody says if you are good with the rifle, you are not good with the shotgun.
yeah, well, yeah, obviously, because I can't shoot a shotgun to save my own life.
Yeah.
Um, so with that said, you go out. Let's just say we do a day of wing shooting.
Oh, perfect.
How
That's
many? How many?
usually is something expected around 6 to 800, 900 birds in a day between all the group. That's what you can expect in a day of wing shooting.
So it's high volume,
Is you shoot
a lot of
a lot
birds.
of birds, and is they come in bars. They come maybe 10, 12 at the same time.
Are we on a peg or are we driving?
No,
Oh
no,
no, we're
we
like
we make
walking.
we make a no, no, we make a line of shooters, and the locals, we use 20, 30 locals that come from 1 kilometers away, pushing the partridges with low pressure, and we are usually under a small canyon.
Yep,
So they are coming walking and pressing them. If you press too much, they fly. So
sure.
they come in a
The timing
line.
has got to be perfect.
They come in a line slowly, doing noise, but not a lot of pressure. Yes, and so the birds walk, and they walk, and they when they arrive to the canyon that we are in front, they fly. So it's super funny. It's a lot of fun. Is because the animals come constantly, and a very interesting hunt. All the people that do partridges enjoy a lot.
So with that said, I think we urge when you want to book a hunt to Spain, it's nice to have it with 4 hunters. It's nice to have
For
a
hunters is fantastic
it's
because you
nice to
have
have a
plenty of
group.
options.
Yeah, you have a lot of options. So it's nice to go in groups of 4.
We have 3, 4 is fantastic. 4 is good because we can even combine with the hunts in group, like
Mhm.
driven hunts. And the good, if you are more people, you can have good parties in the evening. The wine tasting in between all the group is super fun. We are very well prepared for groups. We use different hunting vehicles. We divide the teams. We have several guides that help me with. We have groups, so it's a really good way to do it.
So with the driven hunts, the ibex, and all the options that we have, what do you think the best time to go?
Obviously, if we are speaking that the ibex is the main
Let's just say,
reason,
yeah,
the main
main
reason to
reason we're
come.
going for ibex.
If we are coming for ibex, is November, December is the rut. The season starts mid-October. November, December, we have the rut, which is the prime. Is the easier way to get a ram is during the rut. And then the ibex season arrived to April. What happens? January, usually we are here in the shows, so
Right,
in January we hunt not so many.
right.
And
Because
February,
you're here and you're the guide.
yes,
So,
uh, February is very good month. In February, March, the rams walk in bachelor groups, as we spoke before.
mhm,
April is quite late. We can hunt them, but the problem in April is that the animals usually are only active in the mornings and in the afternoons. That means that during the all the middle of the day, you have nothing to do.
they sleep.
They sleep. You should go to take siesta also then.
That's right.
That means that it's better if you have your tail close and not 1 hour away.
Right.
And that especially in the spring hunts.
Absolutely. Just follow their lead and take a nap.
Mm. The if you go for red stag, the rat is September, August, September. Maybe it arrives to the beginning of October. So if you want to mix with red stag, you can try to come early for the ibex season, because the red stag is obviously much easier to find a good one during the rut.
Okay.
And the other animal that sometimes the hunters want to combine is the roe deer. The roe deer, is typical in Europe. In many Americans never have hunted
Never
roe
seen one.
deer.
Right.
It's a tiny deer, and but the curious thing is they have opposite season. We can hunt roe deer spring and summer. So if you are coming for a spring ibex in April, you can hunt roe deer. It's the beginning of the season of roe deer.
Okay. And then I know this is a loaded question, but if we're going to hunt these ibex in November or December during their prime rut, what are we looking at for temperature? What's the climate like? I know it's loaded because we're hunting all over the
Yes,
Spain, but
obviously. And here I have a small problem with the Fahrenheit, Travis, because
sure.
we work in Celsius. So we expect that in the mountains, in the areas we are hunting, we are gonna be around the freezing level, that is zero in Celsius, and it's in
So 32 degrees
32
Fahrenheit,
Fahrenheit in the mountains.
0 degrees Celsius.
More or less in the mountains would be normal. A bit over is normal, and especially if we go to the two in the south in Andalusia is milder temperatures. If we go in the north for Beceite or Gredos, we are gonna be around the 30s. 30s Fahrenheit is what we expect, but that is in the mountains. We are gonna be walking in the mountains, so that is not Alaska.
Yeah.
There's people that comes that, oh, it's gonna be freeze. It's gonna be cold, but you are walking, and it's not like you
So
need.
the mornings will be chilly.
Yeah.
It'll warm up during the day,
And
and then the
and when you go to town in the afternoon, it will be super nice.
and
You'll
then
be
the
in the
evenings
40s.
will be a little chilly in the evenings.
Yeah.
But you're not, other than glassing on the cliffs and stuff like that, you're not really stationary. Sometimes you'll walk, and then what I suggest is the Kuyu Super Down jacket and the Kuyu Super Down pants, because if we're walking, we'll usually wear the guide pants, and then we'll use like a small merino top. And then what I like to do is when I get to my glassing area, you're going to be a little sweaty. I like to pull out the super down because the zippers go all the way up. I pull the super down pants on, zip them, put the super down on with the hood, and I can glass for hours and I'm good to
When you're
go.
glassing in a cliff, because those cliffs that we have been glassing together, sometimes there's wind, a lot of wind there. You are there,
Sometimes,
you have to be 10 minutes there, and that's the moment that you have to cover yourself with hood, with gloves and everything, because you are
right.
over a cliff with a big balcony over that huge area, and you say there is no one. You say wait, and you stay 10 minutes, and oh, there are two there, there are five there. So in 10 minutes, the animals start popping up
Yeah,
everywhere.
so this happened. This actually happened. So Jose and I were hunting with a client in Spain, and we've got the ibex up on the cliff. It's very thick, big rocky outcropping, straight down. So the ibex comes out and he's standing on this cliff, and we get the backpack of the hunter and we put it up there. We range him, and the ibex takes off. And I said, "Well, we're done." Jose said, "Nope, he'll come back." I said, "I don't know, Jose. He left." He goes, "He'll be back." So we sat there not even 10 minutes. Here comes the animal. And I said, "What do you think?" He goes, "Let's shoot him."
Hmm.
And so the animal's standing on the edge of the cliff like this. So the client shoots him right in the chest. Perfect shot. The animal jumps off the
To the
cliff,
air.
and I went, "Oh my, that's it." I'm expecting the animal to, because it's all rocks, and so when he hits, I'm expecting the horn just to be broken. The animal really messed up. I looked at Jose, he looked at me, and we both went, this is not good. So he said, let's go find him. And I said, okay. So Jose jumps in, I jump in with the client, we're driving, we go down to the switchbacks. And I look over my shoulder, the animal is laying 20 yards from the road with his horn hung on, it's like this, with a horn hung on the tree. You remember this?
Yes, yes, yes.
And I said, there's the ibex right there. And he says, yeah, the horns were intact.
Perfect.
His face wasn't messed up. He had one broken bone right here on his leg.
Yeah,
So you never know what to expect.
never.
But the point is the Super Down's really good because you can get it on and off quickly,
Yeah.
stay warm. If you need to go make a stop, zip it off, throw it in the pack, gone. It's very light, doesn't take up much room. That's what I prefer. So Jose was speaking earlier of a pretty unique animal that lives on the Mallorca Islands in Spain. So this animal is a super unique species. I only learned of it maybe 10, 12 years ago. It does count for your advanced Capra Slam, and it's a very beautiful island. And I'll let Jose talk about this very unique goat
Yes, a
on
goat.
this unique island.
Mallorca is an island in the Mediterranean in front of Spain, in front of Valencia, 1 hour from flight from Madrid. Super touristic area in the Balearic Islands. And the Balearian buck is a feral goat that lives there forever. It's a very nice story. Phoenicians, 40 centuries ago, were merchants in the Mediterranean, and these Phoenicians make a settlement, like a small colony in the island. So when they were with their vessels, with the ships traveling and doing commerce in the Mediterranean, they went there, refill their food, replenish the water. So they bring their cattle to the island, so they have food and meat for the ships. And these goats came from the north of Africa. They have some unique characteristics. They have very red and black color. They don't have glandules here, typical shape, and the animals were there. But the Phoenicians disappears. And later, the Carthago, Hannibal, and the Carthaginians arrived to Spain. And later, the Greek and the Romans, and all the Muslims, all the different civilizations that have been in Spain during centuries, that the same original goats were there forever. And they became feral goats. They are in the mountains, and they were extinct in the original place in the north of Africa. So it's the only place in the world that exists this animal. It's a feral goat. It's a very unique color, red and black. It has some resemblance to me to those Catalina goats that you have
Yes,
here.
yes,
And so
somewhat.
some these same colors
Yep,
is for me it has some resemblance.
they do.
And so this is an animal that we have a 12-month season, so we can combine easily with any of the other hunts. Easy to fly from Madrid at the beginning or at the end of any hunt. The island is marvelous, blue waters, fantastic resorts, good restaurants, fish. So it's something easy to combine, very unique trophy. We recently this year we killed the world record of Balearian buck.
I heard if somebody might have shot the world record this year. Was that you?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
We killed the world record. Is something that definitely we recommend
absolutely. It's a very unique species
and easy to combine
in a very unique setting on an island that's easy to combine with either the red
in the
stag, the mouflon,
Mediterranean. Yes,
whatever.
yeah,
You can always do that.
yes.
Whereas some of the other ones has limitations.
And we hunt them in the cliffs over the Mediterranean. So it's a real tough hunt. Is the area is tough because it has high mountains in the west part of the Mallorca island, where usually they are the majority of them. We have the best hunting areas in the island, we manage them. We have very good connections in the island, so we are very fun. I love going to Mallorca. I have good friends there. And when any hunter tell me, I would like to go to Mallorca, you are right. It's the best place to go.
So how many days do we need to set aside if we decide we want to do that?
In 2 days we can do that. If we
So,
finish and we have 2 extra days, we can fly and do that.
so in our previous video with Jeffrey, um, our guy from Africa, we introduced Four Aces Outfitters and how it became Four Aces Outfitters.
Yes,
And so we did that with Jeffrey on our previous video. So Jose is from Spain, and I would like to share your story on what got you into hunting, why you're still into hunting, and how you became part of the Four Aces crew.
because I was with Adam, with my friend and my partner from 20 years ago, working together. We initially were speed scope safaris, and when we changed to Forages Outfitters, and then we expand our business. When we expand to Forages, we expand to other countries, and we started also the business in Spain. Initially, we were only in Africa working together, and when we changed to Forages Outfitters, when we decided to open the Spanish market, we had a lot of happy clients that have been with us several times hunting with us. And then we thought, okay, we have very good reputation. We have good clients that love us.
And we're
That
not booking agents.
no, we are not
We're
booking agents.
actually, the boots are on the ground and we're
We
guiding.
hunt our own land with
Right.
our own concessions. And so we thought, okay, we can open a new destination for our clients that have confidence in us, that know that how do we work, and that's how we started with our own clients, Travis. Clients that know us, they had hunted with us lions, leopards, plains game,
Elephants,
elephants, everything, and they tell you, okay, I love you, but I enjoy being with you, but I've hunted everything you can
everything.
offer me. So okay, then let's offer you another option. Come to Spain with us, and that's how we started.
So the demand dictated the path of the company.
Yeah,
The demand said, we love Four Aces, we love Adam, we love Jose,
we have been hunting with you many times.
we've done everything in Africa.
What more you can offer me?
What can we do?
Yes, I don't want to go with other people to Spain. Okay.
And we like to keep a high quality on all the hunts.
Yes, we are not mass production. We are
Right.
super personal tailor hunt for you. You're gonna drive with us. You're gonna stay with us, having breakfast, lunch, and dinner with us. We go to the best restaurants. We are gonna do what you and your wife likes.
And always striving for super trophy quality.
Yes, we are always in the high standards.
We are quality over quantity. We
Yeah,
do,
we don't do many hunts.
but we do quality.
We do quality hunts
We don't just
and
run
good
them through,
high service.
not just run them through. The trophy prep is always first class.
Yes,
The skinning of the animals, you'll have no worries with your animals.
we have a taxidermy in Sevilla that is working with us from the beginning when we are doing only African stuff. They are doing our work from Africa, animals that come from Africa, and they do for Spanish clients also. Now is the same taxidermy we use in Sevilla to ship everything finished or just first preparation deep and pack to the United States. Many of the clients says, okay, you can do it finish there just to hang in the wall. Other clients just first preparation. We tan the skins. We don't send them only salted. We tan the skins because we have seen that is better. And we send to your taxidermy in Texas, in Idaho, in California, wherever.
Right now, with the world like it is, what do we expect our time frame to be when we leave, when our trophies show up at our taxidermist? What's the time frame there?
Between 6 and 11 months.
Between 6 and 11 months. That's very good, very
We
fast.
try we try to do fast because at the end,
We have
eh,
to tan them.
yes,
So,
our problem is the tannery.
yep.
If we send, we will send them just salted, will be faster. But we have seen that the tannery process give us more security that the hide arrive as we want.
We know what we're exporting. In other words, we know it's been through the tanning process, and if there's a problem, we're going to catch it. Whereas if we ship salted skins, we don't know till it's already in the United States, and trying to replace an ibex cape is very challenging,
Yeah,
just because there's not a whole lot of ibex shot every year. So that's one of the reasons why we elect to tan everything in Spain prior to shipping.
yeah,
And I think that's a very smart idea. I've been in the taxidermy business,
you have been.
and I've always had good luck with it.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, we want to thank you for tuning into our channel. Thank you for our support. You've been It's been great. It's been a good ride. You know, it's our YouTube channel is a new venture for me, but the support has been overwhelming. And I thank Jose for being our guest today.
Has been my pleasure,
As
Travis.
always,
See
we
you hunting in Spain with me next time.
yep, we've got a lot of good trips planned with Jose in the future. I will personally be hosting several trips over the next 2 years. If you want to go to Spain, please contact us today. You've got our information, Global Hunting Solutions. Always, we ask you guys to subscribe, and yeah, I mean, you guys are the success of the channel. So the more you guys support me, the more information I can get to you, and the more I can help you on your hunts. So thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jose.